Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. I'm Jason Wehrli with Big Hitch Products, and today we have our Billet safety kill switch. This product was specifically designed around truck and tractor pulling, but if you have a performance or race application, potentially it could be used for something else. So in the sport of truck and tractor pulling, if you're getting out of hand, going out of bounds, or if there's a sled malfunction, the sled operator has the ability to shut down your vehicle by way of activating, in most cases, a high-speed winch or some sort of pull cable that is directly connected to this ring here. And this switch is a safety device mounted on your vehicle that in most cases will control something electronic, whether it be your ECM, your fuel pump, or some other sort of safety on-off switch. You can use it to break ground or break power to a relay. So what we've got is a nice heavy-duty billet aluminum housing. On the bottom side, we've got two tapped holes so that you can mount this block. Typically it needs to be mounted in the center of the vehicle within so much distance from the rear, around the hitch area, near your sled stops, tailgate near a truck, or somewhere on your roll bar. On a tractor. So on the bottom side, we've got the threaded mount point for you, BHP logo on the top, and then on the side we have the threaded port for what is a standard neutral safety switch, reverse light switch, whatever you want to consider it. This is a normally open style switch. So when the ball is out, it is open, and as it gets pressed in, it closes the circuit, creating full circuit, whether it be for your ground system or a hot wire on a relay. So as the pin is installed, we have a nice O-ring in the end of the pin to help it stay seated inside of the block itself, and then a small groove at the back. That groove is right where that ball resides when it's threaded into the housing. So when the pin's installed, that ball is pressed in and creates your closed circuit to complete your ground wire or your power hot wire. And as the pin is removed, in the case of a safety situation, that ball is then extended back out and breaks that circuit. We include a nice pigtail, nice feature that a lot of other safety kill switches on the market don't include. They send you a kill switch and you gotta come up with the right adapter, source it from wherever, 5 different returns from the local hardware store before you get what you need. So we opted to include a nice weather pack style connector on the end of that switch, ready to be wired into whatever your accessory you're controlling. And it is a nice serviceable item, available from any hardware store or local auto parts store if you ever needed to replace it. Pretty low cost piece. Actual housing itself, made of billet aluminum. We've got a nice 2-inch diameter ring here, which is most pulling organizations require as a minimum size for the safety ring. We're 1/4 by 5/16 in thickness on the diameter here, so it doesn't take a ton of tension to pull it out, but you got a nice strong cross section there so that any sort of pull device on it can yank that switch out in case of a failure or a shutdown. Another nice feature that we've incorporated into the kill switch that we get a lot of questions about that some people may not notice. It's not always club specific, but most clubs require it, is during the teching process of the vehicle, to know that the safety kill switch on the vehicle was teched, they'll often install a specific color or some sort of device that organization uses, usually a zip tie of a specific color. They'll install on your safety kill switch showing that that vehicle has been tech inspected and that the kill switch operates as it's supposed to. So we include a hole here on the side of the housing that allows you to install that safety organization's preferred color zip tie through the housing and through the hook. This is a nice little feature that is often overlooked on safety kill switches. At the end of the day, it's a pin going into a housing, and you're relying on the pressure of the spring of the ball as well as this O-ring to hold it in place. Over time, things can get loose. It's been in and out a bunch of times. They can become pretty easy to pull out, and the last thing you want is for your safety switch to become disconnected during a pull when it wasn't meant to be and have you shut down for no reason. Even if your pulling organization does not require a zip tie to be here, it's always good practice to have a zip tie on this to make sure that that kill switch can't be easily pulled from the housing. What we've seen happen over the years is the person hooking up the sled to the vehicle, maybe the cable that's connected to this gets wrapped around the chain or gets caught up on something. You don't want this pin to be able to just slide out effortlessly. You want to have some sort of force to be able to pull this pin out. And you're thinking, oh, well, if the zip tie, that's got to get broken for it to pull out. Well, as I mentioned earlier, nearly all sleds out there, they're using a high-speed winch of some sort or pull device to pull this cable out. And any one of those devices that's on the sled is going to overcome the braking strength of the zip tie, no problem. So the zip tie is a very nice safety feature to make sure that this pin doesn't accidentally work its way out or have a small trip that causes it to kill the vehicle when it wasn't meant to be killed. But in the instance that it does need to be killed, anything that's going to be pulling on it, the cable, the winch, is going to break that zip tie, no problem. So that is a nice feature we added to the switch that we did not used to have, and when we redesigned it, we decided to include. So overall, it's a really simple, basic device. Again, designed around the truck and tractor puller as a universal component, not model specific here, bolted to any mount bracket anywhere on your roll cage or chassis, and pretty adaptable to any wire harness with seal type butt connectors. But that about wraps up all the features of the BHP Billet kill switch. If you've got any other questions about our BHP pulling products or anything else that WCFab offers for the truck and tractor pulling world, feel free to leave a comment below or reach out to our sales team. Thanks a lot for watching.